Countering skeptics. In the face of insurmountable evidence, climate skeptics such as Roy Spencer maintain that the climate system is insensitive to humanity's greenhouse gas releases. Global warming deniers assert that the Earth is not heating up. One frequent claim is that the Earth has not warmed recently, which it clearly has. Deniers refer to surface temperatures, which is only 2% of where the warming is going, and they have still warmed 0.2 degrees Celsius over the last 15 years. Another common tactic is to question whether alteration of the climate is natural, or as Spencer argues, quote, "If we don't know how much of recent warming is natural, how can we know how much is man-made?" Unquote. There is little doubt remaining, and climate science is almost unanimous on this point. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change AR4 report clearly states most of the observed increase in global average temperatures since the mid-20th century is very likely, 90% confidence, due to the observed increase in greenhouse gas concentrations. The report continues. It is extremely likely, 95% confidence, more than half of the observed increase in global average surface temperature from 1951 to 2010 was caused by the increase in greenhouse gas concentrations and other forcings together. Observational evidence show that human carbon dioxide discharges are causing the climate to warm. Specifically, there is less heat escaping to space and larger amounts returning to Earth. Nights are warming faster than days, and winter is warming faster than summer. There is less oxygen in the air, and there are greater quantities of fossil fuel carbon in the air, trees and coral. The Earth has had about 0.6 degrees Celsius average global surface temperature warming over the last 60 years. During that time, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change best estimate is that greenhouse gases have caused about 0.9 degrees Celsius warming, which was partially offset by about 0.3 degrees Celsius cooling from human aerosol pollution. Other natural external factors have had no net influence on global temperatures. In particular, solar activity has been flat since 1950. And since warm and cool ocean cycles cancel each other, internal variability has had no long-term influence on average global temperatures. Equally, the urban heat island effect does not have a profound influence on the surface temperature record. Climate deniers falsely state that the climate models are unreliable and have failed in hindcast to explain the lack of a notable temperature rise over the last 30 years. The evidence is that global surface temperature have climbed above 0.5 degrees Celsius over the last 30 years. This ascent is momentous, and climate models have accurately reproduced this slope. It is the skeptics themselves who have done poorly, having universally predicted less warming than has been observed. McLean's prediction that 2011 will return to 1956 level temperatures sticks out in particular. Skeptics question whether climate models can accurately predict future climate. Be that as it may, climatologists use observational and real-world methods in their projections. One common reference climatologists use is warming from the enhanced greenhouse effect of a doubling of carbon dioxide, around 560 parts per million, or the climate sensitivity effect. Climate sensitivity incorporates feedbacks which can either amplify or dampen warming due to a doubling of carbon dioxide. This is salient because if sensitivity is low, as some climate skeptics argue, then the planet will warm slowly and humans will have extra time to adapt. On the other hand, if climate sensitivity is high, the Earth will warm much more quickly and humans will have less time to respond and adjust. Observational evidence suggests that it is high. Paleoclimate data from ice cores and other sources across a range of geologic eras are very consistent, finding between 2 degrees Celsius and 4.5 degrees Celsius global surface temperature warming in response to double carbon dioxide.